My name is Nick, and if you don't know me, I run 944 Rally, which is an originally questionably built off-road Porsche. Fortunately, things went as we should have expected, not well. I work on a race car team, and I've gained a lot of knowledge since joining that team, and I've traveled all over the country doing amazing automotive filmmaking. So no, I'm not a full-time internet guy. I work quite a bit, and that's why it's taken me 3 years to finally get back to getting this car on the road again. Originally, I rebuilt this motor myself in 2020 and had 2 solid years of driving out of it, with some small maintenance updates. After 2 more years of going through 2 more motors, I have finally given in and come to the best in the business, 944 Safari out here in Arkansas. So here's kind of where we stand on the FrontRunner roof rack stuff. I haven't gotten to take the old original roof rack off, but that's what I'm working on right now. There is some unique things about this car that don't work with the way that the rack was designed, because the rack is designed for a Porsche 924 and this is a 944. They have different roof rails or rain gutter parts. So the early cars come with these and they have an actual rain gutter lip, and that's what the clamps hook onto. This just slides on, but it's got the lip that I need for the clamp, which is over here. This clamp, this essentially hooks onto that lip and holds it in. Hopefully it's in focus, but you can see the difference in the rails. They do fit up. I will have to do maybe just a little bit of gluing or rubber inside, kind of create a seal on this, because it just slides over the flange that's on there. So gotta take off the clips, cut off the rivets, and put these on. All right, now to remember how I got this big bastard up there. So this rack is actually really cool. It was made by my friends, Moto. They were some friends of mine that build custom motorcycles. But this was a great first roof rack. The only downside is that it's really heavy. If you remember, this is just, it makes a lot of noise and it's really heavy. So I'm taking it off. I don't need this. There are better, lighter solutions. Get this FrontRunner box of FrontRunner parts off. So all these wires here are from an old custom harness, but I believe if I take all this off, I can get the wires and save some of the wires at least to put up for the new Project X lights. This is removed. Can one of you help me? Your car's gonna be way faster. Damn, I haven't seen this thing without a rack on it since. So a lot of thought went into this roof rack, mostly into this axe. This axe went through probably 4 variations before we landed on this one. I never had to actually use it, but I did chop a small tree down with it. These hella lights served me well. I got them because they were affordable. They're not the best, they're not the most powerful. Although my friends at Moto may not build you a roof rack, you should check them out because they build some pretty sweet custom motorcycles. You walk like you're buff. Yeah. Well, now that the motor and the suspension is kind of on hold because Daniel won't let me use the air hammer by myself, I'm gonna work on the roof rack. And I've got a bunch of parts over here, a few parts over here. We're gonna start assembling this, and because it's very tedious and I need to focus, I'm just gonna focus on time lapse. Structure thing. So let's take it off. All right, so now that this rack is test fitted, I can. Apparently I didn't hit record for cutting off all these tabs, but I'll get to that on the next one. But you see what I mean? Cut off the tabs, this fits on perfectly, and now it's got this lip for the tongues on the clamps to grip onto. All right, then these are hidden just right here. Just pop these all off. There. It's officially an early body. Bada bing, early body. All right, so I've got the roof rack fitted up here, but here's the truth. It does not sit flat, and it's we had to make some modifications to make this work, but it's ultimately not designed for this car. It's designed for the 924. So it sits kind of high and it's not level. What we're gonna do is make some modifications. It's supposed to sit, this goes on top right here, and then the flange is supposed to go underneath. And it currently does not, so we have to make some modifications. If I make some modifications, it will level that back out. It's the truth of the situation of what I gotta do. Because it wasn't designed for this car, I have to make some modifications. I'm already modifying the entire car, so these sit up really a little high for my liking. The goal is to cut this flange off right at the bend. That way we get a nice flat piece and then make a new bend flat, which will tell us how much we need to cut the other clamp. Ciao.
Watch out now.
Watch out now. What I've done is effectively shorten the height of the roof rack and also make it so that I can make it level. I've essentially taken about an inch off the height. So now I have to cut this to make it all match up. I'm surprised the metal slag didn't melt the lens yesterday. So look at this measuring right here. Fucking lens will focus. Oh, this lens is broken. Well, it won't focus any closer than this, but there's a very small gap right here because it was measured exactly, and it hangs more off the back because it gives it more direction. And that way we had to shorten this. So we cut these short by, I don't know, 4 inches maybe. So it was sticking out here, now it's back here, and so now our lights will be about right here, which is normal. Because what I don't want is to have the lights hanging over the window and shining down on the dash too much. So keeping them back as far as we can to utilize the roof as a light block from shining down into the cab. That's the plan. And right now I'm gonna disassemble this and fix these up, kind of grind these and fix them because I molested them all day yesterday, and repaint them. I'm not talking shit, but this is definitely the most unhealthy I've eaten in years.
You're forcing us to work.
Let me tell you a little bit about FrontRunner roof racks. See, I approached them because I had a problem. I had a big, heavy rack. And what they have is a very light solution that's completely modular. All the little slot and groove points where you can just slide in a nut, put a bolt, and move your piece around when you don't like where it's at. It comes with all these extra packages. You can buy all these extra pieces. It all works as one cohesive ecosystem. From wolf pack boxes to light mounts that work for a variety of lights, mounts to hold your recovery gear, and chairs for when you get exhausted and tired of working on your car that's completely torn apart. Or if you're out camping, you can roast some marshmallows. It's a pretty sweet chair, folds right up. Bing, bang, boom. And you're almost out of here. And we're out. Visit FrontRunnerOutfitters.com to see what you need for your project. You might need storage solutions. You might just need hardware. Whatever it is you need, they have it. It's all modular and easy access. FrontRunner Outfitters, easy access gear for every adventure. You only know that mine's barely begun. Come on, hey, don't eat that, don't eat that. Come on, let's go, 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 go. Nope, 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 hey, hey. This way, this way, this way. Come on, come on. All right, well, since that's done, it's time to install the cool parts, which is all the brackets, the inner slats, outer slats, the attachment points, the bungee cords, and then putting the wolf pack boxes on top. Oh, maybe I dropped. Oh, okay. They are little puzzles. So the other day, I dislocated my thumb working on this car, and I bent it completely backwards. And it only takes a tiny bit of pressure going this way to make it just set off. So it doesn't feel very good, and I keep forgetting that I effectively have no left thumb right now. And I have no pinching power, and I just bent it back. It doesn't feel good. Going nowhere. You're in here for 3 minutes. These are the tie-down straps I was talking about. So they come with these little eyelets. You can slide these in, bolt them down, and then these clip into the eyelets. So I'm gonna get to that. I put that measuring tape? Where did I put that measuring tape? I'm getting really tired and I'm making mistakes. There it is. So what I need to try to do is measure the total distance between these parts. I've got another idea. That's not quite right because it won't fit 7-inch diameter lights. I'm too tired for this. I'm too tired to figure this out. I can't. I've been going way, way, way long hours and I'm tired. I can't do this right now. That's enough for today. I can feel my body shutting down. It's the end of the week. I got the roof rack on. I've got my spacing for the lights figured out. So I'm gonna get as much as I can done now while I'm here, and then come back and finish up the vinyl, the carbon fiber, and a bunch of other little touches, and we'll get that motor placed in. I need food, and I have mix bars. They are designed to power me, because I'm also Nick. So, you know when you're dreaming and you have a stroke of genius and you realize your mistake the whole time? Well, I had that moment and I realized that I had my brackets backwards. See, what had happened was I was originally putting them like this, and it was too far apart for those lights, but I realized, flip them backwards, like that, and I can move them in more. It's genius, and it proves that I was desperately tired last night because I could not think at all. I just had a dream on it and realized it. I'm gassed. See, this one time in college, I was struggling with an idea for a design that I was working on. That's empty. And I couldn't come up with a solution. And then one time I had a dream about it, and it was a solution. It ended up not being the end-all solution for my project. But the point is, I dreamt up a solution and an idea because I was so swallowed up and enveloped in this project that I was doing that it's all my brain could think about. So that's kind of like this car. I've been here for 5 days now, I suppose. And my brain is only on this car, so it's always processing the ideas. Look how shiny these new lights are. I found a new way to do this. I had to be more visual and not do a calculator. So what I did was I divided 7 inches divided by 2 gives me 3.5 inches. So I took 3.5 inches off of the edge, and then I did 3.5 inches right here. And then I found, through trial and error actually, that 4.25 inches in between the lights is perfect spacing. So that is my spacing. I don't necessarily recommend carrying your very expensive lights like this. I'm kind of like a all bag of groceries in one go kind of guy. See, almost know what I'm doing. Project X lights for the roof are on. They look so cool. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Don't mind the broken window, but look at this. I mean, they sit back potentially just right. So they sit back from the roof, or the window line just a little bit, and I can use this as some shield, but I think we're looking good. Brackets are on. Still got to figure out how to do the bottom sides. They are kind of a tight space. I am pleased and I am happy. The roof rack, that's one piece that I'm very excited about. This roof rack is a FrontRunner roof rack, and it's very light, has all these modular pieces. It went together really easily, and I enjoy the fact that it's engineered so well. There's no other way you can assemble it because it's designed to fit exactly a certain way, and that's the best, most efficient way. I approached FrontRunner because I had a massive problem, which was this massive heavy roof rack, which was a great first attempt at a roof rack. My friends helped build it, it looked real cool, and we just smoked some holes through the roof and bolted through the roof. Because here's the thing, at 944 Safari, you take your time to do things right. Because if you want things to last, you do it that way. So I want this, every piece of this car, I want it to be correct. I want it to be right. I don't want to have to fiddle with things and do more things than I need to. So this roof rack stands for that. It was done right. It does very well. I'm so excited to be able to use this, and it's not overdone. I don't have more than I need. I'm not putting a tent on top. I sleep in the dirt. I've always slept on ground. No hate on anyone else that does. It's just not my thing. So the FrontRunner roof rack is a very exquisite piece to add on top of this car. And it's built to be beat up. Like, it's tough. It's not a delicate rack. And this car is not gonna be a delicate car. I will take more care of it, but it doesn't mean I'm not gonna drive it. So I'm excited to take this roof rack on those adventures. There's a good dough. There's a good dough. The original spacer. Is that ostrich? Wow! Where'd you find these? All right, that's officially front and rear suspension.